Whether you're headed to the beach or still cuddling up next to the fireplace, there's nothing like reading a great book.
And here with the hottest books for spring is Essence Editorial Projects Director Patrik Henry Bass.
It's so good to be here.
Well, welcome back.
Why are you laughing, Patrik?
No, because I want to sing the 7th Street or something, but not right now. No,
But you can't sing. No.
I can read.
You can
That's
read.
my one and only talent.
And that's why you're here. And that's
yes.
why we love having you
I
here.
can't think of a better place to be.
All right, well, let's do this.
Yes, let's start off with the talk about the weather because it's so cold outside. We need to be whisk off to an enchanted village or somewhere. What can you help us with? Take us to an imaginary
I think
place.
one of the most enchanting stories of this year is Boy, Snow, Bird by Helen Oyeyemi.
Oh, Nigerian
She's a Nigerian writer, a Nigerian writer who grew up in London and now lives in Prague. And Boy, Snow, Bird is her 5th novel. It was on the front page of the New York Times Book Review several weeks ago with a stellar review. And I completely agree. This is a retelling of Snow White. Boy is Boy Novak. Snow is her stepdaughter, and Bird is the daughter that Boy has with Arturo, who she marries. And Arturo and Boy are very happy in 1950s New England, and then Bird is born and Bird is black because Boy has been passing for white. And then it just all sort of comes together. And what Helen Oyeyemi is doing is taking a look at the wicked stepmother in fairy tales and turning that on its ear and looking at Snow White and the whole notion of whiteness and power and beauty. It's riveting and fascinating. And then you have Bird all up in the mix. It's intoxicating. It truly is. It's addictive. It really. I can't stop talking about this novel.
Okay, well,
I will for the sake. I will.
Thank you.
I will for the sake of this segment. But yes, it's all that.
Let's move on to another Nigerian writer, Teju Cole.
Teju Cole.
He's big on Twitter, by the way.
He's huge on Twitter, and I actually met him through another Nigerian writer, Chimamanda Adichie, who introduced him at a luncheon about 2 years ago with Open City, which was another novel that received rave reviews. This is yours, Shannon, because this is a novel that has pictures. Honestly, it has pictures in it. It has pictures. It was originally written in 2007, published in Africa, and this is it's an unnamed narrator. This novel really brought Teju to the attention of a lot of people in the literary world. There you have it. And this unnamed narrator travels throughout Lagos, for an unspecified amount of time. Sorry about that. And he records all of his memories and what he sees in Lagos. And it's sort of like Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like just a look back at a life. And you get to see not only Lagos, but you get to learn more about this narrator, who he thinks he is and who he actually isn't. It's powerful, riveting, based on Open City. People are now taking a look back at Every Day is for the Thief. And what is the thief really taking?
Intimate snapshots of this city.
Of Lagos, right? But also, what is the thief taking? What is it that he's actually stealing? Or is he stealing just by capture? It's real deep. This is not a comic book, So what is he actually taking in? And when you see strangers, what is the relationship that you have with the stranger? Am I a thief, Shannon? Although we're not strangers, right?
Okay.
It's very deep, very compelling.
Like
yes.
Now, The Secret of Magic, it's intriguing because it's like a book in a book, right?
Yes, it's a book within a book, and I'm going to say the word unspecified correctly.
Unspecified. I like that. A little specified what it's about exactly.
Literary guy. The Secret of Magic is, yes, it's a novel within a novel. So it's set in the mid-1940s, World War II. Fictitious character Regina Robichaud is an attorney who works with Thurgood Marshall. This is a novel. She receives a postcard from a writer named M.P. Calhoun, who has written a fictitious children's book called The Secret of Magic, right? And so The Secret of Magic is famous at that time because it's one of the first novels that actually has black children and white children playing together. M.P. Calhoun asks Regina to come to Mississippi to investigate a heinous murder. M.P. Calhoun is not exactly who M.P. Calhoun says they are, and this murder mystery that she's trying to solve may not be the murder that she thinks she's down there to solve as an attorney.
That sounds juicy.
It's juicy, riveting, it is.
You had me at MP. MP Calhoun.
It is MP, male, female, black, white, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We continue to get pulled in.
Okay.
The Secret of Magic, yes.
All right.
Yes,
Okay,
unspecified.
Unspecified. Let's talk about about Wendy Williams?
Wendy Williams, right? This,
in addition to being a talk show host
yes,
and a producer, she's also a writer.
And a mogul, right? Now, this is not going to be available until April 15th,
okay,
which is tax day, correct? So, I mean...
if we need to unwind after paying Uncle Sam.
So this is Wendy Williams' take on 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh.
All right. What I actually
I'll take that one.
In Patrick's picks, I say that the novel is so hot that one's going to have to wear gloves when one reads it.
Oh,
yes.
Maybe you want that after all.
If I must. A little late night reading.
Oh, God.
And she also has an attorney, but her attorney has nothing in common with the attorney of The Secret of Magic.
Okay.
Nothing in common
Well,
at all.
the next novel sounds a little
Wait,
bit like...
I want to talk about
Lord,
this
she wants to talk more about that steamy...
Hold me. It's called Hold Me in Contempt.
Hold me in contempt.
Hold me in contempt. I'm guilty.
Moving on,
That's
Patrick.
I want to do a plea bargain, right?
Okay. But I do have to
I
ask
want
you,
to do a
do you think she
seance with
pulls
Johnny
off
Cochran
romantic?
right now.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I want to do a seance with Johnny Cochran right now. It's not romantic. It's highly erotic.
Erotic. Do you think she pulls
highly
it off?
erotic. Yeah, everything comes off.
Oh, okay then.
Everything is pulled off.
I did.
Yeah.
I set you up.
Very little stays on in this novel.
Okay, we have a few more books to get to, so we have to speed up and talk about this next one because it's like art imitating life, right?
Okay, let's focus. Let's be serious. Okay. No,
this is Misty Copeland. Yes, I am.
No, reality
totally
TV.
Serious. Oh, right, exactly. This is Fortune and Fame by Victoria Christopher Murray and Rashonda Tate Billingsley. This is the third in a series in which Rashonda Tate Billingsley has a character named Rachel Adams, who's been in her own novels, and Victoria Christopher Murray has a character named Jasmine Bush, who's been in her own novels, and they're both first ladies of the church. They're both awful characters, and we love them. And so they both bring these characters together for Fortune and Fame, in which these two characters are in a reality show called Fortune and Fame, which is the Real Housewives of Atlanta meets LA Preachers. Right? Yes.
Reality TV.
Yeah, the National Baptist Coalition, all of that. Yes.
Ooh, I like
yes, it's
that.
scandalous. Yes, it's only $15 too. Only $15. Yes.
Okay, Misty Copeland.
Misty Copeland right here, of course.
Yes.
Misty on Point, Life in Motion.
The prima ballerina.
Prima ballerina at American Ballet Theater. This is actually a heartwarming and heartbreaking story because what this young lady had to go through in order to, blaze trails in the ballet world. Once you really read her story, growing up with a single mother in California, to get to ABT was not an easy journey, and you will only cheer and applaud for this woman young girl actually, who's done so much for the race and so much for her craft.
All right.
Very powerful story.
Now it's time for...
I'm on the Soul Train. The happiest trip in America. Tell us.
The hippest trip in America.
The hippest trip in America.
Fedora Parks. And this is Nelson George, who's one of our finest cultural critics. And what he's doing is looking back at Soul Train, which debuted in 1971. And he's talked to everyone, Jody Watley, Rosie Perez. And Soul Train was such a cultural touch point. The Afro, Demita Jo Freeman, Aretha Franklin, everyone. Fedora Parks was inspired by Soul Train. It is
Leave me alone, Patrick.
I promise you I will. This is it's special. It's fun. It will bring back memories of nostalgia of Soul Train. Those Saturdays in the Soul Train Scramble.
Oh, and
remember the Soul Train Scramble?
Written by Nelson George.
By Nelson George,
and he's a leading cultural critic.
Right. Where Did Our Love Go? Which he analyzed Motown.
Yes.
All of his understanding, dissecting hip hop. And this with Soul Train, you have one of the best writers to write about Soul Train, and Jody Watley promises on Twitter, your Twitter queen, that she's finally going to write her memoir.
Jody Watley?
Jody Watley. Yes. Yes. For a new love, baby. A new love. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Saint Monkey.
Saint Monkey.
I don't know. There's no transition. That's the last book.
Saint Monkey is
what is that book about?
It is a precious debut, and I mean precious in the most wonderful sense of the word, debut novel from Jacinda Townsend, who is a fresh writer. And this looks at a friendship between two women who grew up in Kentucky. One is very talented. They have an incredible bond. The one goes to Harlem during the Jazz Age. One stays in Kentucky. And it's what happens when a friend becomes more successful than another friend. passion, you know, the envy, the ambition, all of those various emotions, and she writes beautifully, and it reminds me a lot of Toni Morrison's Sula.
Ooh, that's a glowing recommendation.
It really is. Jacinda Townsend is all of that.
All
She
right,
really
so
is, yes.
she's one to watch.
She's one to watch,
All right,
yes.
well,
yes.
Patrik, you always bring it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We are ready for this spring.
Yes, yes, and I'll see you guys soon. You guys are really blowing up on an unspecified date.
And we'll bring Fedora Parks.
Yes.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.